Sodoma, Armed Forces Argentina, rapists, murderers, dog eaters. There's the saying, you stop doing and say what you do and you say because of this, is that degenerate son of a that is doing all they says it's doing. And this sickle son of a chest, BFA Sodoma, rapists, murderers, abominable dense excrement of carnival brain, with the burden of the list that ICC knows they are taking them victims all the time, are the business of the Dovli Ninja, and their fears about either be that's supposed to generate son of a, and the ones that says supposed to be that generate sons of bit, right? Guillermo Reseprain, and the whole of the prostitutes, and Sodoma, Veritica, Tahari, every witch, demon, degenerate, thuggy, rhetoric, demon, pretend of sons of God. This is the reality. Somebody asked me, please to tell and to show. There is this disgusting witch, Guillermo Brain, profane, pagan, devil, demon, degeneration, sick, psychopath, abominable freak of the 10 hell prostitute of Sodoma, and eats all that keeps on saying that they are of Lord, and Lord didn't give me nothing and didn't allow I to have or be nothing. And third, like Sodoma and any shit of a witch around, to profane me, saying that he will possess my spirit in my life, saying that God gave him. And he will use better, my spirit said. Both spirit of devil, he said, so long. And saying that he will be me. Like Sodoma, like any devil, he is a cycle, he has a shitty brain, abominable like himself, the false prophet, associated to Luciano Troviano, supposed president of the world, on the government of the world, which it is not recognized, and we all suffer. This piece of an excrement pretended of judge, and sending to hunting, rape, murder, and strip of belongings and everything to peoples inside of evangelic churches. And all of my people permanently saying that they studies and chases me and researches me and everything, and they knows what I am and what I do. Reading the witchcraft, reading devils and saying, Lord reveals me. Making any witch the generation and seeking for anybody to put something of God up for the saying, I'm going to make my will, I'm going to make my spirit, and being witches, sickled them, condemned the generation that I doesn't want anymore. And they are nothing of God, and they won't be of God, nothing at all. And somebody says, you're mistaken, you don't know what you're saying because of they don't do and says nothing on this. And I'm going to tell you this, you think that I am mistaken that they don't do nothing on this, and you believe them, and you say that I am a liar's stupid liar one, and I'm making temperatures, and I'm raising against the anointing of God. I'm going to explain you something about this. As a requestment of this special person which is suffering the same for so long. The reality of this all, to be clear and to set clear, yes. Guillermo Reseprain had a chance in life to be about truth and to go away from the language. The problem is Guillermo Reseprain loved to learn English and went for the Latin attachment. Guillermo de Supreme, Guertet Letiach Demenachti, Ashmodle de Vinterani Menetikach Chachad, Ashmet Bilikinot Menetikach, Ashbodle Daniechada Nahamieshka. Whenever we speak about the reality of Adonai, Atlevesh Monachi Chadanim and Adonai is employed from Avideshkiachad. He were manipulating Jewish rabbis, dayas, ames. He were manipulating thousands, millions, killing people all around, all states were then, and all states now. Telling that he is the top of the Christianism and whole religion, and he is the head of everything and everyone. With the president of the world, telling that he is going to give salvation, and pretending to be the rhetoric judge who will decide and say who can have of God and who cannot, who can receive of God and who cannot, saying that he speaks with God and God tells him. Example, my case, and all of mine, God didn't give us nothing, and we can nothing have or possess, and we're not allowed to be, or to making things, or to having gifts or access. This disgusting piece of an excrement, piece of a hell, demon, which loved being exactly what it is, like it. We're permanently playing the are threatening us, poor of us, don't you do this to us, we are not going for nothing, we are trying to help it. And the trying to help me were giving my generations with carnivals, with a pardon for the victims, over they to be kidnapped, raped and murdered, even rabbis and families complete, pregnant, kids, teenagers, women, men, mothers, fathers, and telling that they had to take in because of says God gave them all that they possessed, even mine, saying that they will steal me all of the reimbursed by justice and it is still, and telling with them parties le hicimos todo lo que le estaban dando, manipulating all of people and saying that I do, and making they what they do and saying I am. That is the helping, saying that they are in the will of God. And there's the saying the sickle them sodomashiyat them machas, of course. So the reality here is this special person in observed terms which come proper for the name of Adonai and Moshe, and your honors, baby, and I. It's the blessings. Not supposed to lie, of course. The reality of Guillermo de Supreme and everyone that follows him, and all of the brothers that he has, and the special first ever, where founded the whole of the abomination it is with its abominable practice. So let's talk about this reality with starting over. Epticombol tafni notate como echman. The regular normal thought over populations and people is you see, you just simply see. You cannot see but what you can see, or what they conditionates you to see. Smart demons are all around making disasters, and the ones that says demons are. Said Adonai clearly, with the pardon of the victims that Adonai is going to say, demons you want in my church, demons you want in my menorah, I'll give you demons and you are going to be hated by demons. So the reality is that this disgusting hell crap, abominable train, were profaning me and robbing me since he made them the manipulation and the hunting for the putting me in the brothel of his and crossing me by in the hall of the highway, like a devil, abominable freak of hell he is, with its. So the reality of this, pardon for the reference, is simple. Still robs me and profans me, saying that God gave him, and that the generation prostitutes, piercers, and Sodoma, it dogs eaters, and all the generation of his, says of course, and the bodies of them, same like. So the reality of this soul in are like witches, profans and reads and stands up above, like witches, and takes the people's lives and makes any read and any guessing, and with the whole of corruption, spiritual destruction, spiritual abduction, and a weight of deaths, like they move and they search for only, puts the people under destruction and under a fog and a weight of damages and abduction that the people hardly can realize. Like Adnumudi Kadnifinin, like any witch and any prophetess, and takes people's lives and makes all read and makes all premeditation and all information, where to go, when to go, who to go, and robbing where, robbing who, robbing how, and taking and destroying and entertaining the person, destroying and ruining the person, and making up any kind of a crap for the making the business of the man. So I will be a liar, I will be a son of a, and I will be a disgusting degenerate, which supposed I to be now in a very fortune this video. Alejandro BLANCO, REDEMI. And I am on my address, which they says, we were there. Of course, we are there now recording this. We are doing this. And watches me and also says, of course, that is happening. And says, of course, that I say, the sickle-them shit. So suddenly the reality of this is, that brain is with those, I done it first, and with the rest all raping and murdering, and they are the grand whore. And that son of a snake, Guillermo brain, is the false prophet, which also praised the law and the justice with officialism and whole the generation of his, saying that all damages and calumnies gotta be paid. I am the authority, I'm the anointed, none tester, for the Christ's sake, how you dare. Carnival is insane, like even Crudo Cabrera, Anaconda, and all dead bodies, with the pardon of the victims. So the reality of this all is, what happened with these all points, that this disgusting sickle-them shit that I never crossed in my life, after the whole damages that I suffered between 1995 and 2000, that I just went away after ruining my life, robbed me all of my clouds, robbed me the money of the Telefónica of Argentina stocks by making manipulation, witches shit, and all the generations, and making me forcefully to putting the whole that I got that I will use to go into Sydney, Australia, and starting a life, and seeking for a way to perhaps making us so different, and Adonai will make me be who I am anyway. And in the middle of this all, kept on robbing me the whole that a lot of people wanted to give me, even chaps, the bestest ever chances, and putting me like a 10 piece of a shit, ruining me, killing me, and putting my life in a ruin, destroying that I never seen in my entire existence, making up any kind of a delirious, sickle demons shit, while Ejército Argentino were dealing with him. Permanently the same Sodoma degenerados faggots. I'm sorry the word. Perdón, Moshe. Sorry. sorry rabbis, sorry Israel, is this. Prefectura Naval Argentina, Federal Police of Argentina, Gendarmeria Nacional and Civil, Paris, Sodoma. Hunting, murdering, and robbing two people and delivering to rape and murder. All the bunch of them, everyone. And suddenly the reality of they were making up any kind of a crap because of their reads demons and their reads witchcraft. And the witchcraft is so cheating shit. Because of the witchcraft, any witch, as specialized of this degenerations and the enterprise of Kirchner's officialism of which, saying national security and patriot, the same ejército argentino en Sodoma degeneradas estos, everyone, makes so corruption spiritual and makes profanity parasitative and possessive inductive witchcraft and makes you feel, makes you think, makes you want and makes you move and prevents you and makes you a spiritual destruction and threat. And whenever you don't know what to do and you are feeling and having things that you don't understand, it's because of they are playing with your life. But normally not everybody has this character of happens. And this class reads that and sees that, visualize. And Adonai said, you see by my spirit, let me show you. God, Lord, reveal us. And the hell goes in, oh my God. Reads devils and witchcraft. And says, Lord, shows me. And says, our fellows of armed forces says the truth, and everything is truth, and everything is okay, and we don't have no why to doubt. We know what this is and what this is doing. And like with me, with millions that he sent to rape, murder, and families complete, and robbing them, with them bodies, and sharing them around 50 to 35% for the brothel of his and all around the world, over raped and murdered complete families. Everybody devils, and Lord said, go and make it, because of their bet with you. Because of your the anointing. And of course, I'm a liar, I'm calumniating, I'm slander. And that didn't you regret yet? We are suffering and they are doing to us. They are doing what you made them do. Whenever I told you not to tear and not to putting nothing upon me and not deter to calling no son of a snake like that, praying hell, prostitute of Sodoma, to saying the abominations and the lies and arranging the lies and abominations to a headless humanity like the devil he is forever, and he is. Shabbat. Like went to tribunals associating officialism and whole pedophilic and degenerating side, making business with them like Norma Napoli, Sebastián Esperanza. How is this name, Basali? Doctor? Oscar? No, this is not Oscar. Garcia, other. Making business with Anibal Basali. Making business with some supposed judges over some people that had any kind of a situation on the legal for the having rights to be reimbursed. So a lot of people got under the hunting of this parasites, the generation, and went to arranging with forgeries, saying people gave us and we are going to represent them, and taking them money and they never knew and they never got not a coin. And whoever to realize and went to anybody, federal Sodoma police, rape and murder and disappear. And prefectura. The psychopaths of them that are all around delivering that I want them and I die to bend myself and be kneeling for they to give it to me in my mouth. And not perverse and not my wish. I'd rather die than having such a shit on that condition. So the reality of this all is בתחום ולטרמלים פידש כדי חנה בלטן מן החכים בלאותיגם מלאתחמה בדרך אחת פני תהים. What is about Hashem and where is God? And who is Guillermo Supreme? And the fraternity of the evangelic, Brody, Lord has mercy, come over. Let me pray. I'm gonna tell you one thing. When Adonai says, Ashledriha tachidi amala tachidi shani, orlotaberhi dachalet noshudecha chadamit, allet hamaldiash malachidach narebeletika, shnini meniachadari shachidi. You don't say Satan to Aliyah. And you don't say El Mono to the saint of God. And you don't say the generate abomination devil beast to the church of Hashem. And you don't go to say, God told me to take everything away because of it is nothing and not allowed, whenever God put that one to the making what God needed to be done. So this is what it happens. Sher predidik maglot hanim shenav hanim al bitik predidik. Ot prediach havelenti gineshka al chabish mina chadim. Gili defel lefagash kol pecham alen nechanam. Ot letamel lesen par lebeshachani alam. Did you ever see here? Today where this Sickleton Shiat saying, look at his face. Look at his face and tell me what is he. And the devils, there's the saying that I have the generate face. So I'm going to say this clear. I am going to show you the generate face of the reality of this day. Katkom patretine malefantaski motlanetia shachat element achilikim dashman achanem oblati ambara ketrobot letchamadati and shachat chanimaneki. Oslochem abida fotfot lesimchat eshon charim are sending to murder my people, Guillermo claimed. Is commanding to kill my people and to take them all they got, saying that I robbed him. And I never gave him back the money. And the ones that says you didn't regret yet, telling that I didn't go back and I didn't give back what they says I stolen. And like I come again, if 78,414 persons of mine, my generation, my brothers, friends, had a life and belongings. And with Raul Cacciato, federal brothel pretender of gold, 76, which is the funny tabacticas, Matlidi, should I say, funny, 5, Argentina. DNI 16,826,000. Saadi Kombala Shulasei Shulana 843 So the reality of this one is, with every one of these old people that I just told you, insisted on making, like have done before, like 1,921 before, that every one of them robbed to Guillermo Supreme, Semos Valo Carnival, the money that they said I robbed them, but not like we shared on. They said exactly the same number that they said I robbed them. Every one of these 76,000 numbers people, everyone robbed them the same number to them all. So send them to be hunted, raped, murdered, and stripped them everything they got and shared with Sodoma, Prefectura Naval Argentina, and Sodoma Federal Police of Argentina, them that generates that keeps on saying, it's over to you, come put him in jail. Rapists, dogs, eaters, that generates. That I give you the list. https://www It will be La degeneración sodomita de la Argentina de la mano de las rameras de Babilonia. .int. This is Albanakia. F5, as recalled, last key and cleaner on my side, last plate, This soul is a portlemetra malvidan kedeshkida chachala chadigi menacheni menaki ala katrache, on shotabal fatla dikishkat nanachachal basimin. Kiblet ramal fatla deskia shachatalam bal anchadi, kelbot ranibel shkiam batrein chadi kida. Skateshki matla dechi ovala menachadashkana. Kalchidavit, shnini. So suddenly, the reality is this. Fel God as net balanskani chada sevenika. Geld gemal chidini as kanacha. Al trebeliti gaspot langsiniti kalki. Gesmanachim. El bletrom of betrania shachelcha. Kadrevelti kasmechadach alarakum. Mestlotchem of betranke da shichida. Elohim. Yahweh. God. My Father. My owner, my God, Yahweh. Kot rebel shidi matranem melet mitachal chadivin simotladem neshefat chanidikaya. Kot redishki motladetik adachadim. Geltramol vetramelen neshki achadim. And says that taken away from me the whole of the money in my life. Guillermo Raceprain in Sorona, Argentina. A lot of people here manipulated for giving me money to help me, saying that I do that. Well, they would see the Argentina, specialists on the witch kit Hamalchi Hocus Pocus, make them hear as if this will be him, spiritual and emotional intelligence. Well, the degenerate starts to sing, of course. And suddenly Komplet Hamalchani is saying that I am part of this and I'm cheating everybody and I am this. That they do. With them parties. Everybody. And people think that God are giving me something which I am not going to despise. But I'm not going to tell them to do this. Because if they, like I know, gets hunted on any invention as judicial with their same witnesses, Guillermo Raceprain, and snakes of him, and every breed of the hell, them share of worms of hell, pretended of lords and seers and authorities and judges, them excrement of Lucifer, like they dies, Shala, saying that they are witnesses of everything that this disgusting Sodoma, disgusting hell dogs, makes up and forges and organizes and lies and rapes them, murders them, robs them and all generations behind, and says it's what had to be done, of course. So the reality of this soul is embodied in since the last time I just said, here were 912,814 more murdered. And we have 527,276 disappeared more. Not only from Argentina, I'm talking about the region. Peru, Venezuela, Colombia, Brazil, Chile, Bolivia, Paraguay, Uruguay, and Argentina. סדר בתכנית שבלתי גלתכני חדש שכן los operadores de Guillermo Raceprain. All the operators of Guillermo Raceprain. The way they operate and the way they do and the way they goes for the third book of Guillermo Raceprain in front of the whole of the world. For the world to know what this hell rat abominable excrement demon is and does. And all is done to me, just this thing, saying they've done to me already. Spotlemet divineski vallesin adachim ashmolebet animalasin hachit. So this is what happens. Shkebchabat tiniskinelikin avletasia chobosmot ladachinat emblet inkedash minachachidi. Letimot lemetrian fotlevedeskin atradeskiot recha sahemalot molvedaskivat. Katledeshiot lemotledaski badantrachta chadini. Letrish monatriat letramolvedaskiot rechelisum sodlet amanaktika. Ovlechadashnach plagisi demotlanitla. Avlevetrimot ledavasoflenot tukushkiat ramal chadisuroma. Echarsit Argentina botdomineventachian pledi ovatamalacha. Desmoletrani gashatrin kids. Some man, some woman, you want a mother, you want a grandma, anything you need, you want me. Scotland met Hamal Gina Medachida, give me money. Spotland met Hamal Trena Medachida, Chachid, Prefectura, just the same. Federal, just the same. City, exactly. Gendarmeria, all yours. Metropolitana. Will you make me the favor? Let's go. You got me. Spot le mettre en amélioration montre la venin. 4 mots que t'as simulé font la siachadam. Schkettel vetri am vetre de fia shachadini. Goblet am leventi shachadam la sigablechan. Thirst to saying God never answered him. The problem is that he never would have known her. He just wanted power, prestige, and money like in a witch. He wanted fame, glory, and being the sovereign one. He wanted to be recognized as the supreme above everything and everyone. He wanted his ultimate nachadidim like her. Yeah. And not like abducted or manipulated. He needed that. Svot lemet gani melefin tashir velechadin china malatikov lemelefin chasai chanatika. Oblet Hamalati Beshkiat Chalid ibn Sachim Bedinim'ashin. For the his abomination of being, everything that anyone can be or have, says God gives him. Because if he says, with Satirio dos Santos still, there's another freak of I'm sorry, forgive me. Another freak of the Adonai's LOATHING this one. That God gave him for him to choose. And he will see the wicked and he will rip out everything that the wicked has dispossessing. And whatever he to see his sick, abominable illness as the devil is. He sees God and he says, I'm going to be you. You gave me a dispossess you. Understand the picture. And what happened with Satirio dos Santos? Cold des vintig ansin. Autrement bletta meletian shachadifin. Tremod letramod betrani eshamfotlen amenachachidiyati letran chadi. And I am sick of this class of people. You can have a problem, you can fall in corruption, you can fall in destruction, you can fall in pain and illness, you can fall in a way apart and you can fall in so light. But there's one thing that you cannot fall. Go away from the reality and pretending that the light to be true. And making an empire of abomination about the destruction and the sicking or killing the ones that once God forbid. You will become a disgusting Otolumman al-Khadibiyachar. In other name, I'm not going to talk like that. Neither Skotremel betramelev in tishkina chalichinim, otlemel bidachin chavin shabal chani. Otlemetri nevelet chamal bidashkiat chachi, evel tranimel bidashi achadachanim. En letrimil bitramelev in tafishochalam, otlemetri mal bidachiat dash achadiyanat. Kutblem betradiyan fotladiyan chadan shachidi, kilivita, otlet chumol chanev. Then this degenerate, which pretends to be what he is. Like the rest all that says el negro, el mono, Satanas. That they says Sisva Miro projects for the psychology of the sciences of the tree of the evil and well fruit sciences of the original sin they are. Projects. They catch the mirror in front of them all the time as destructions and damages and evil sees in me. The whole devils they sees in me, they has them and they are. And the whole degenerate that they want in me, that's what they see on themselves. And not like I pretend to putting the Betchanim is this. They dies like they are. And Adonai is going to have mercy for the victims and destroy people, but this class of abominable, disgusting freaks that pretends of churches and saying what gotta be because of they says to be anointed. Adonai said, you come to me to say that you are my authority, and I never seen you in front of me telling no truth. And never were your respect about my person whenever I told you not to do what I told you not to. So I'm going to remind you now. Whenever I said to that one that were around me, telling because of I am the supreme authority above the whole of Israel, and you are going to have to hear me, and you are going to do my command. And I had to tell him, because of I am the one that were brought into the right people that I came for. And because of you told me to be the authority that pretends to make the will of yours, but not the one that brought me here. I'm telling you that your authority is not above me, because of I am not for the reason of you, and you are not for the reason of my Father. So the reason of this soul is that you brought genocide about my people that I came to save, and you are in condemnation because of you are nothing like I came to rescue. You know who I am and you see who I am, and you don't recognize no respect about me. So Adonai to give you about the authority you say you have, and you are going to realize my authority is above the whole you say, and you are no judge. But my Father and the reality of my name is about you. And you are going to know your condemnation at the moment that I come for the Ritilati and Kamal Chanim. But the problem is that these are nothing like my royalty, not even my seed, heredity of Israel, unless adopted because of Mishpach passed by from them. So the reality of Hashem said, and BLYTT malchinim aletika, spot lemetri amalechanik, getre melchida v'leskinecha, sahem enatiachanim. And about this word is in the Evangelium of the truth that I gave in so long, and not the abomination that Guillermo Brain and Sodoma, its bodies, and of Sualdo Carnival, forged and making the whole of the degeneration, saying this is what he gives. No, I gave in the Evangelium of truth. The word Saint Holy Kadosh of Adonai. And it is in Kefa word, chapter 28. And you will see the writing these words right there. Peter's word, Kefa. Then, Bokram el ben Tridishkina melecha devilantishka dadacha chadinim elegi achadikinim. Ot lemetrigal finashimot chadikim shachadikim ot lemenia fatachli achadat. Skadat hier malet chadishki atalecha samof lamadian fatladian chadim. Kot lebet chimishki dachadat. Balevinapi yashmolachim tikali. Beshoflenet adachim deskeltemotaneshkia. Hochad dalitikaya neshachilini. Blet gafot leneshkia predeshachkia dalasenoma. Then goes all around. Ketchumol bedachi. Stelishki mitledi. Mengichast lidische. Dimens. And levini chadi. Guilty me, what is thinking, what is wanting, how can I do it? Shlet chamal vedachin etayana. Ketchumol chilish karicha, and covers all this too. With a very kotlemetria malesicha shachi with its bodies, and makes anybody to see nothing and anybody to realize nothing, and all to be covered, so whatever to rape and murder and kidnap, nobody to see, and there's the saying he reads. And says, it is the will of the God that gonna happen. There's Shkotremad vetchanimel sivi carnival, intashmeneki crudo, implemenatiaf legon satanales, and everyone with them of lavenachan the same. And uses people over making a very kotlenatia shachadininaya. Spotlemetradibilen sivatse shachadechani, rouse, destroys, gives in to rape, murder, destruction, and puts people under illness, prostitution, and abomination, and says, the will of the God. If wants something to come and bend in front of me, and I'm gonna make this to be as I say to be. Another says, to regret in front of the Christ, and to converse. I don't want no Babylon, no grand whore, and I don't need man God. I have my God, and is there truthful ever. Yahweh. Yeshua. Mashiachcha. Melachachai. Urachai. Bet chomov letrani mishkina melechat dechini tavaltimena chadiacha besomad v'manea. Kot klemet chemel bet chemel v'dashis shachalchidi yatom blet chemel v'dashkia chadachanim. Eskot padachta, al and this degenerate devil had to be here in my neighborhood, telling the lies that I were having sex with everybody, to being in the neighborhood of the place that I am at rest and living in, for the making the hocus pocus of his, them disgusting degenerate witch, saying that he will ever carry on me, and taking my reality, saying that I will having sex all around there, and saying that the forgery of the degenerates presented were true, but knowing I were inside my address and making the witchcraft. Slips because of has the devil, and because of my prey. I was just slipped here. Well, I had to do some things. And profaned my life, telling CABA-ARGENTINA, my spirit, which is supposed to be spirit of hell. But I need medication also by him, for here to be the shit it is forever, with its, of course. And pretends to rob me everything I got, like have done on the jobs that I had to have in the United Nations, International Criminal Code, that he didn't got a thing, but so many damages are done, and the cooperation for it never reached out nothing. It's gonna be here all the time as well, and each other around in the polls, and lots of others all around, like the last time, making damages and saying they are right, with the whole forgery of this degenerates and the lies for the making trade out of my life, telling that he gotta be me and possessing everything I got, and being who I am, and doing what I do, and pretending to say the disgusting brazen psychopath shit that he were doing only he. All I done. And also that I taken away from him the spirit of his there to say for the making all I done cheating people. What did I do? https www. The presentation of the menorah in front of the whole of the benches of the world. The names of Hashem, right and left hands, on the right tribune of the whole of the world, the hands of the heaven and the heaven of God, presenting the justice, the truth, and times of the judgment in front of the whole of the nations, and for the name of Hashem, Yahweh, Yeshua Lachachai Mashiach, and Rachelin, Shalom. .int, all followed this big link on F5, recall, OS, my key, my side, with a cleaner, last week, as I say here. And so suddenly Betradi Bentikish Motachi Dentli Minaye Parachi Atashmanachim, Gotla Meteveli Bensi Kadacha Haliminari Monetachi Mini. Getromod Letramadatia Veshacharim Latati Kanmanachat, Oblet Hamalia for Lamanasi Kadalitka Yeshachian. And are giving my guys to being kidnapped, to being raped, murdered, and destroyed, my people. Is permanent from Guillermo Horacio Demonio Brain and Osvaldo Carnavalito Criollo Sodomita Carnival and then various. Satremo Batram el Ventishi Madachil Hadim el Batiam Malachachim y Juana la Cruda keeps on playing the Joan of Arc and will die like that. Kotchem bat bitcham aleventi shamatri anamal vedachi chanamalani. Ketrom alvetram aleventi jasli kidash menachati koplo nachim. Skatrom alvetram alveti yashman menachat mibedaki kidash kedachat. Templotrom alvenia patriachata sumatim alveti yashachat chanam. And the reality of the others keeps on playing the saints and regret to the Lord and recognize your sin. Come to the Christ and do the will of Adonai and let us lead you. I don't need grand horror for my life. I were brought for the reason of his own, not for you to do with me whatever you want. And you to call Sodoma and serve Sodoma, for Sodoma to make me like I said carnival, but he hurt me well. HTTPS www. Son prostitutas de Babilonia y así fueron cortados por la misma realidad de la voluntad de Yahweh Hashem Dios. .int. OS recall. Last BLYTT, ICC, New York, Cleaner, last key, my side. And I said to him, and he heard me. Whenever you steal to take me and stuck me face down and naked at the middle of the Rivadavia Avenue, is the right center division of the north and south sides of this disgusting city with the burden of the 4 victims and innocents. And put me for the way of any or whatever that degenerate to despise and make me whatever they do heaven pleasures. And I do die even like that. You are going to go to hell, you bastard son of hell. And I'm going to still be the name of my name where I am. The fights of demons against the heaven telling our gods are nothing but suicidal and abomination for the name of Israel whenever we made a CABA. And if Israel understands the abomination, how will his real adminishkinachim, God himself and its judges understand better whenever simply name and the Rachilim testimony. بالفضل تيشغل خديفنا من خديم شكت دختي بطنا فين تلاشكنا خخان زبط خمال بتخاني من الشبن أخي خبنان قلبت غنية خداش كيا بلاتي خنين أتخدي بطنا الخينا شايت بالخني كمين سوت غبلت مش كبالخيني ديا كلام كالمنانية بلاتي خداش من خنا I were telling for so long since any of this disgusting excrements to say I said first, that they said nothing but crap and training for the saying that they will be me for the making market of my life and presenting themselves like everything I am and I do, saying this is what people want, we're going to rape and kill like crazy and having everything. And there's the same, of course. But the reality of I am the one I am, and they are who they are. And the reality of Atladishki Natradichi Motmenemenevicha. Skatladishki Tranemanaticha the Smotlevichadim. Istladiechta van Ismit an Alchatisim. Keshkotra echadov numadnanya menachacha. Keshetra betratitis nit lachorush madliintria. Orla dechalishoch nia alaika. Karech nivatalish. Elmutik ina avortik chaishni. Initier merchadish sabnedevecha. Sheina manicha. Altijd allemaal gaat en gaan we dan over de is kan niet gaan. Is niet geit niet in de malatika. Maar ik ben ja. En aanach die geit. Schep dag niet die wat dan niet. Mogen er niet gelaten overlaten. Schep niet licht dag dat. Schep me dag in malatika en Spoel la tribiton nach Tachadim. Slem melchat yashna Tachadim. Hinika Elvatafiacha. Shmanait Hadasha. Imit Kalma. Ulibok. Dilainika. Chshnut. Almerachim. Dilainika. Chawaish Nigre. Alnaibot Menegiti. Shnudachim. So, charge whom and charge what? Lord what? Lord whom and what? How is this? Baru in Movat Movat. Breed of Motomon Patatma. Immunatina, immutat, Gilermutain. Universe, breed of immortal. Your loved, being with the generation. So, vraiment, BLYTT melef in seshi charachinit. Nemini chayineki. Orlanatria valetia shecharineveneya. Breed of Avanatum, Anatum, Carnivore. Is this holy? Who you thought you are, and what you think God were expecting you to do, and to become the reality of your soul. Breed of Otan Malati Numumala. Control. And worse. Did you ever thought God were really blessing you and making you something about it? using people all around, and I feel a spirit here. I feel a spirit. Oh my God, I feel a spirit. Oh. But don't you name him, because if we don't have to recognize it, we gotta take him away everything it does. And you will breathe that automatically, milim, asafo, ashachin. You really thought God would ever be glorious with you, when you are nothing like respect for no person in this God. You just want to be the star of the whole existence, and organized to see if you can carry on some holy around, to see if you can meet some precious of God. Ketchum BLYTT LOATHING and who are you? Abominables for the delightable of yours, darby. You are at the reality that Hashem to put you on, and I don't want you. Adonai said no. Adonai said you don't do my will. Adonai said you deliver people at genocide. Adonai said you lie. You manipulate your crowd. You murder me in my population. Adonai said you are nothing like I need. Adonai said you won't be in my kingdom. And I'm gonna reap from you all those you destroyed and killed and murdered. And I'm gonna make you know I am and always been. And this, that you repudiated and destroyed and insulted and knocked about, as destroyed and dispossessed of everything I wanted to, saying the whole abominations that you are within your own. Pretended this to be that you with your adachim were making. So I am not going to rest, said Hashem, until I come about you with my anger and my justice to put at the BLYTT and the truth about everything that you become like prostitutes all around, pouring and destroying and telling and mocking and defamating and running and trampling my blood and my spirit and my name, telling that I will be by you and you will be my truth. You are going to wish being dust in hell before all you done said. For I will show you you are nothing but what I want you to be. And I don't need resumes like this one said, and I don't need your faith. I have my own, and my reality is not like you. So the book of the truth, Yeshua, is enough to recognize Hashem. And the book of the truth about this, https www. Podremos pretender y podremos aspirar, pero solamente Él, el Mesías, Yeshua, el Hijo de Dios, podrá poner en claro delante del juez y de sus jueces la verdad que con sus jueces el juez, Dios y Creador y Rey, Yahweh, decidirá nuestro Padre. Shalom. Ponte int F5 or as record. Last key in my side with a cleaner. Last plate is in here. 23:12 and I'm supposed to be around 4 in extortion, but thank God everyone is solved in Yerushalayim. Jerusalem, etc., Hebron, in Tel Aviv, in New York, and also in Geneva, with 3 murder, but I don't know how to make it. And I supposed to have to go to the blowing officers and saying because of I didn't want to rape my guys, saying that they gotta pay for what I can do. And Guillermo Supreme says, yippee, yeah. Breathe of Imhotep. Which actually were Imhotepful. A simple real Jedi like you. Right. This is April 15th, 2014, the rest of it. And I am what I am. And Yahweh gives my testimony every